is unstable. Notice up here on my screen, but I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Whakawhia kia mua Reverend Inga ke he mga hawhiawhine si pia fuini ke he tangata kahua ko malo. And also very big whakawhia to your listening public, to the listeners listening into your program this afternoon.
Mitaki. Whakawelahi ma Esther. Ke hawa to mga aho kua whakatoko mai ke lata mai whakatutālanga tu tūru i whawhinei. Koe whai background noise ni alongana mai he whahitua i hao. Koe mitaki nara e microphone ha?
Yeah, and I'm also, you're breaking up as well. Can you hear me properly now?
Yeah, longana, ko kai nei ka.
Ife?
Ko kai nei po.
Can you wait?
Ai.
I'm here at the BCN studios.
Oh, okay, we've just interviewed Bertha. We had the same problems with the internet. Koe tō iuha nā ka.
Yeah, malu, but
Lali ai ni pia.
And 4G has been sort of playing up at the moment, so yeah.
Yeah. Ai tupe. Koe tau huhu ni ne manako ke whakatutala mo koe he a whiwhinei. Just on what are some of your key priorities lined up this year, and how has the fire that ripped through your studio a couple of years back has impacted on the work that BCN Television Niue and Radio Sunshine provides for Niue. Ko hingo atu pale ako ne lauia kia koe he maa nei he langa mai he awhi ne vela e tau whaerenga hua hamtulu i te maa hoi ko mori ki tua.
If Kawelahi Ama, come May this year, that will be the third year since we have been operating out of makeshift studios. All the studios here at BCN at the station burned down, and so we had to quickly build 2 studios to replace what 5 or 4 studios. So we now have 2. One is for radio, and the other one is for TV and everything else that we need, editing and presenters room as well, the green room. Okay, we're still, the services that we provide, Radio Sunshine is still on air, and TV Niue is also still on air. We also produce content for online. We are still operating out of makeshift studios, but our services remain the same. We are down a number of staff members as well, but we try to continue to ensure that we're able to produce at least 2 bulletins of BCN News on TV a week, daily radio news, and also online news, as well as to provide content TV Niue. We now have a base channel that provides 3 channels. Channel 1 is for Niue content, channel 2 is for Pacifica TV, and channel 3 is ABC from Australia. Then we also offer a movie channel and a pay-per-view sports channel. We are building to bringing back the full 12 channels that we used to have before the fire, but of course that all depends on koe utani ka hangi tau tupe me tomena moa mai he whakatuwhono ke lango matai ke liu talanga ke tau poko ngā hua nei he whahinga o whapuloa. Ka kua lea wawhoki tu ai nā kai ngā hua mitaki he hangi he tau poko ua nei, nā kai hangahanga mitaki e whalo mga ho tungani ne langoa ana mai ka toe uha I whafo, langoa ne uha ka tō mai. So soundproofing in these makeshift studios is still an issue. But we make do with what we have, really no choice. But the government has provided a little bit of funding for us to commence the renovations into 1 or 2 of those studios. Kai linganaka hoko sia ke mau to hoko e bili angalahi he motu ne kua manaki kia I he to whahe tapu I mua.
Thank you, Maester. I think that even though ko pena I tau le kua tolu ki tau poko ngā hua, I still have to say that the news that you put out on BCN is of very high quality. Me pia foki ni tau wala tala tu tupu tō tahimtaki he ki sia mo tūru kaha ki tō TV. Kai tokolonga tō tangata tūru whai nei ne ailoa koe ai katoa toa e tō poko ngā hua mtūru he whaere le tio kaha kua ai la mau mtakia. Kai ama mnaki ni ke langmatea tu whakuru whonu ke tausi whamtaki kaha e tō poko ngā hua. Ha koe tāna whahenga hua mahuinga ia ke lata mai mutu atu tulu ke tō whae whakapulo tala, tō whae TV, me tō whae ritio. So I think you guys are considering what you have to work with. You're still able to output high quality news on TV and on radio, so that's pretty good. Just on other issues, you also have a new member on your team, Soraya Mangaoa, straight out of university. How is she adapting to working in Niue in her current role? And are you hoping to recruit more young people like her to work at BCN as well as from
Absolutely, we're
here
hoping
and
to recruit more
overseas?
young people, but sorry, we seem to have a cross armor. Yes, we are absolutely hoping to recruit more young people and more. We do need at least 2 additional staff to join the news team. But Soraya is a godsend. This month would be her just past her first year working with us. She came straight out of university. We were very quick to grab her. Her interest in the media has always it a personal interest of hers, and I have to say that she quite often when young people enter the workforce for the first time, it's a steep learning curve for them. But I think because of her own interest in the media, it had set the foundation for her to just excel and do extremely well. So in her first week, she was on radio after 2 days here in the office. At the end of her first week, she was presenting BCN News. I mean, that's how good this young lady is. And coming into the newsroom with a bachelor's degree in politics and Pacific studies had placed her in good stead to enter the newsroom and to produce the news with me. Of course, there is always still some things that she needs to learn about the media and about how and journalism in general, because both of us, I don't have a background in journalism. I have a background in governance and human rights. But it's the experience of working behind the camera, behind the microphone for these years, you know, and I think for some people it just comes naturally. And I think for Soraya, working in front of the camera and behind the microphone is just something she was probably born to do.
Yeah.
And I look forward to having her into the news team in the near future and to help cultivate a new generation of journalists on the island. Unfortunately, there isn't much interest in the area and in media here, and that's something that we hope to change, and for us to promote what we do and hopefully capture the interest of up and coming young people on the island. But while I'm on Ama, I mean, if you know of anyone out there, or if anyone is listening and is looking for an opportunity to return to Niue and have a job, look, if you have an interest in media, we are keen hiring at the moment. Unfortunately, we won't be able to match any salary offered overseas. But talk to us, send us an email, contact us via our social media, and we will be happy to just accept any expression of interest to work with us. We're looking at a very, very busy newsroom for the next few months and even into next year. For the next few weeks, we will be preparing for the general elections, even though the Premier hasn't yet named the date for the next general elections, but we are looking at possibly 3 dates, either the 9th of April, the 6th of May, or the 13th of May. Those are the dates that we are now planning for and anticipating for the general election to take place. And then a week or two after that, the sitting of the 18th Assembly of the Fonrege Pule. So very busy time for us. And then, of course, the 50th anniversary of the Pule Whakamotu next year. So we are in short, we're short-staffed at the moment, so we do need some extra to get us and for us to really cover and provide a really good coverage of those 2 events, and leading up to the 50th anniversary next year.
Yeah. Mori lahi tala ia ka hako puli whakamotu lahi tau hau. Lafi kei ka koe viri ke puli foki he tau nei mahina pelila. Aila loa ia koe tō awhi. But I think it's going to be quite interesting and it'll keep both of us busy whakarateo mua atu kia koe. Ke lata mai tō whakaholoanga. Nā ka mitaki, whaui o kia mua ma Esther mo Soraya he whawhirawia to tolu he whinautu whakahiko e hako ke motu. Kai whakamoremore ange o kia Soraya he nā kai whi mga ho kia ki interview maua tō riumba iau kai. You know, I really admire the work that she's doing there as well, straight out of university. Ke ngā hua kaha mai motu. Si tokali, I'm sure that some promising young journalists are listening to our interview this afternoon, Niuean journalists who might be interested in coming over to spend some time on Niue. And I think there are some...
Yes, and if... yeah, and if anyone is listening or watching, if you know of anyone who has the interest, or even you don't have to have the formal training in journalism, but if you're interested and keen, we can start the ball by talking, and
yeah, homo. The last question I was going to ask is, given the future events. And if possible, in the not too distant future, if you're keen to have a scheduled crossover with PMN Niue to Radio Sunshine to share news content and interviews like we used to have. And I know that it's a bit hard at the moment with the studios the way they are, but something food for thought for the future, especially now that we've got the elections coming up. It would be a really, really good opportunity to touch base with you there.
Yes, I absolutely. BCN is keen to share content with our colleagues at PMN. Of course, as you mentioned, we operating out of makeshift studios, so our studios are not set up at the moment to do live crosses, but we can do like this interview via Zoom. That's something I suppose that we can schedule into
absolutely.
our election coverage. But we're open to sharing our content. We do also allow the local newspaper, the Community Star, they also share our content as well.
Yeah.
So anything to help promote the news and information Niue to the diaspora abroad. That's we all have, I suppose, that goal to ensure that our people are informed wherever it is that they are calling home or living around the world. Also, before I forget, we have PINA, the Pacific Islands News Association's conference, which is held every 2 years. We will be hosting that next year as well. So it's very busy time for us, and exciting times ahead, and we're looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, inga wata bo mo inga he whanui e pina wāteo. Si no no fatoi ki he puli whakamotu ki rimu fulma ya rimu fulwa.
Yeah, took with the application.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at September. September next year.
Okay.
That would be really good. I mean, that the PINA conference is the meeting
Yeah.
of all Pacifica media outlets and media people,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think they will have an awesome time in
practitioners.
Niue.
So hopefully you will be back here for that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will. I hope they
Before we
will.
say goodbye, Esther, whai malatu kahiko nā kai, any final thoughts?
Yeah, whakauela mama, whakauela ke mai ke tutala mo matuta ki atu mo mua mo inga, ka mana ko fuaki ke tuku atu da ui whakalofa ki he tau mga whaoa, he tau motu ko New Zealand, me tau motu ko Australia, ne kua whakatutuku hako tau ongo momoko, me ke tau ahoi kua mole, spia fuki me tau whai tapu kua mole, tuku atu da ui whakalofa he kia mtolu, spia fuki ha mautolu tangata hua, ko mokata ano uliosi ke he haana mga whaoa ha koe ongo he momoko kalofa atu ki mtulu osi koe tu mauni ke he tauliongi mo e mana tu atu ki mtulu foki he tau mga huka nei pia foki ni mtulu he motu nei mamana ki foki kua mahani di ha he tau he nei ke whakawhileweia ke tau mga whaoa ka mai ke motu yo ki mai hala tūna tau matua me tau whakahele ke la te mo tau whakalili fuanga whakahiku mo e tuku atu la tuku he tau no fuanga mau halo tulu kai nā kai nimo e ui whakalofa ke tau mga whawa kua whakatutuku ai ki tau ngāho nei kai whakau e lahi ke mga aho kua whaki mai ke whakatutala tau tolu. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share and to speak with you both this afternoon.
Whakawelahi mai Esther, munuine a whiawhi tō